morning. I'm Mike Ajachi, and I'm happy to be here.
I'm glad you're here, too. I'm Tony Yates in for Michelle Charlesworth. Obviously, there's a lot of people on vacation. Meteorologist Dani Beckstrom Rose is here with our first look at the AccuWeather forecast. Hey, Dani.
It's so fun to start my Saturday morning with you too, Tony and Ike. Glad that you're here and glad that you are here. This morning we're starting gray, but it's not gray all day for your Saturday. Don't worry.
All right, Dani, thank you so much. A heartbroken family is coming to grips with the loss of their loved one killed in an apartment fire that happened in the Bronx.
Yeah, that's right. Several others are recovering in the hospital this morning. Eyewitness News reporter Crystal Cranmore is live in Mount Eden with the new details from investigators.
Super Saturday. Dani, what you got?
This is really what we've all been waiting for, is it not? This is Link here. Irene said Link is 16 pounds of fluff and found his way into the window. I thought that was very cute. Just keeping an eye on things, right? We've got Sheba. Slow start to the Saturday morning. I get it, Sheba. Don't worry. We've got some sunshine ahead, but this morning it's so great. It makes you want to stay in bed a little bit longer, right? And Charlie is serving leg on this Saturday morning. Very cute from Ann. We are starting with patchy fog and drizzle this morning. It's awfully gray out there, but it's not an all-day event. By this afternoon, we're seeing a little more sunshine. Temperatures today are noticeably warmer as our highs make their way back to the low 80s, but we're not done with the storm chances completely today. Heading into late tonight, some scattered storms redevelop, pushing through. I'll let you know what that leaves behind for the second half of our weekend and the full AccuWeather forecast coming up.
Curry showing up and looking 7 years.
On. I need some sun. I got the yellow tie. I'm waiting.
Well, I live to serve your every whim, so
Please.
I will deliver that in just a few hours. We do have some sun ahead for your Saturday. It's not all gray all day, but we have to wait a few hours for it. Right now, we are tracking rain and drizzle out there with areas of fog as well. It just looks icky, but air quality is in an okay place. Third one is the AQI, which is good. We are seeing some light rain in the city, starting to push onto parts of Long Island, but in general, not a washout. Today's high noticeably warmer than yesterday, where we landed at 72 below normal. But today, right on target for that seasonal average. We should make it back to the low 80s with humid conditions. Getting even warmer for tomorrow, jumping to the upper 80s. Tomorrow with less humid air, so overall I think Sunday is the better bet of the weekend, but today not a total washout. We're looking at mid-60s for most of the New York City area. 65 in Ozone Park, in Gravesend, in Rockaway Beach, 64 for Coney Island and on Staten Island and New Dorp. Newark sitting at 65 right now, 63 for the Whitestone. We're at 62 in Poughkeepsie, 60 in Andover, Wrightstown at 65, out east 68. So overall fairly comfortable in terms of temperature today, but again this afternoon is noticeably warmer. Visibility is another issue that we're watching. Areas of patchy fog develop across the area, especially from the north New York City, but visibility in the lower Hudson Valley. White Plains, though, it's tough, just a mile and a half of visibility in Somerville. We're under a mile in Toms River. Suffolk County is looking okay, but now starting to see some of that patchy fog develop. And you can see those showers sweep this morning. So it's nothing widespread or all that consistent, but it looks like from Nassau over rain impacting Bedford and Westchester, now starting to push into Fairfield County. Just a couple spotty areas of rain in Morris County, New Jersey, in Sussex County. It looks like Bergen and Passaic getting some raindrops as well. But overall, it's just a little bit of light rain and drizzle this morning. Then we get some clearing heading into this afternoon. It'll take a few hours for the low cloud cover and patchy fog to clear, but I think by 2 or 3 we're seeing some sunshine. We're not done with the rain chance for today, however. Heading into tonight, some scattered thunderstorms sweep through, some of which could be strong to severe. The Storm Prediction Center giving a lot of our area a level 1 risk for severe weather. And that means some isolated strong storms could turn severe. That's mainly, though, after sunset tonight. So as we put futurecasts into play, it shows that even by about 10 a.m., we're wrapping up any sort of drizzle that we're dealing with this morning. Still dealing with the low cloud cover, so it's still looking pretty gray until about brunch time. By noon, we're starting to see those clouds break a bit, and by 2 or 3, we're seeing sunshine. At that point, our highs will start to make their way to the low 80s. You'll notice that it's warmer. You'll notice that it's humid, but we're still mostly dry. Then we head into sunset tonight when we start to see a couple of these scattered showers and storms develop. Clearly, it's not totally widespread. Not everyone's seeing the storm activity for Saturday evening plans, but want to give you a heads up that if you are out late, you might get caught in one of those passing storms, some of which could be strong to severe with flooding downpours and damaging wind gusts. But these are out of here by sunrise tomorrow morning, and Sunday looks gorgeous. I think we get to start the day with sunshine tomorrow, and we stick with the mostly sunny skies as we head into this afternoon. Noticeably less humid, so although tomorrow is much warmer with highs in the upper 80s, I still think it feels pretty nice. So if you're looking for a beach day between the two, tomorrow. Tomorrow's the better bet, but today's still not bad. Just be aware of that thunderstorm threat as we head into the second half of the day. Otherwise, a gray start to the day, some afternoon sun. Temperatures today topping out in the low 80s. Some morning fog and drizzle.
Top mind for families out enjoying the beach this weekend. The warning from New York Parks officials after they say a woman was likely bit by a shark on Long Island.
Good morning. You're taking a live look outside on a very foggy morning, but that's okay. Just stay in bed with your coffee. Watch us. By the time it's over, the day will look beautiful, I hope. Good morning, everybody. I'm Tony Yates in from
I love that advice. I'm going to do that after this show. Good morning.
Oh, they were so relieved to learn what we found out from the NYPD. Her old car was involved in a crime ring and has since been impounded and then got destroyed. The DOF urges all New Yorkers to make sure they remove their license plates and then scrape off the registration and inspection sticker before selling your car to prevent being charged with tickets that don't belong to you. Nina Benet, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
All right, always the cure.
10K in tickets.
You go, Nina.
Let's go.
All right, time for some more Super Cats on a Saturday.
We got some stylish kitties. Isn't it amazing that I have enough cats dressed up in my inbox that I could just go through and find 3 cats in outfits? I really appreciate these pet parents putting their children through this. This is Sven rocking a really cool hat from Carolina. Sven had a sibling who was also wearing a hat, and it's not that I liked Sven better. It's just, you know, I had to go with one of them, and that was pretty cute. This cat, I don't know if its name is Cat, but that was the subject line from Love. And it's a very stylish dress and very cute pink sunglasses. And we also have Brisket here, who's rocking the chain. Very fashionable from Matthew. We're waking up to patchy fog and some drizzle this morning. It's a gray start to our Saturday, but moving toward the afternoon, the clouds should break a bit and we'll get a touch of sun as our highs make their way back to the low 80s today, noticeably warmer than the past couple. But we're not done with the rain chances after this morning, although the afternoon is mostly dry. After dark tonight, some scattered storms drift through, some of which could be strong to severe, leading us into a really beautiful Sunday. I'll have the full AccuWeather forecast so you can plan out your weekend coming up after the break. Average of 83. It's also a little on the humid side. But in general, we do have some dry hours ahead heading into this afternoon. Just got to get past the gray morning. 60s on the map this morning for New York City. Greenwich Village at 64. Same for Ozone Park. 65 for Valley Stream, Rockaway Beach, and Gravesend. 63 at Whitestone. 66 for Islip. 63 in Bridgeport. 65 for Newark. Again, visibility is tough in spots. We're at just a mile in White Plains. 2 in Bridgeport. Suffolk County looking okay for now, but down the shore, some tough visibility near Toms River, generally under a mile. That'll improve moving toward about midday. So at first it's just the fog that will lift and then the low cloud cover hangs out, but by 1 or 2 even the low cloud cover should break, offering a little sun. The drizzle that we're starting with this morning should be moving out as we speak as well. That's already the case for a lot of the area. It looks like we're starting to see those showers shift into Suffolk County. So Hicksville starting to trend drier, but Babylon over through Sayville and Coram starting to see the rain exiting east of Fairfield County as well, although Monroe getting a nice little downpour right now. In general, you see on the satellite and radar here some clearing. So this is what's heading toward us for the afternoon. This morning we're starting gray and drizzly, but through afternoon hours we're going to be mostly dry with a little bit of sunshine as our highs make their way to the low 80s. But after dark tonight, another round of storms moving through. Those could bring in some stronger cells, potentially some severe cells as well, with damaging wind and flooding downpours possible. But for the bulk of the daylight hours, we're mainly dry once we get past the morning drizzle, and that should be gone by about 10 a.m. By 1 or 2, we're seeing the clouds break for some sunshine. That's when temps make their way to the low 80s. And then after sunset tonight, you see some of those scattered storms drift through. This is where we could pack some of the heavier rain and the gustier wind. But it's out of here ahead of sunrise Sunday morning. And Sunday looks beautiful. Tomorrow we get the benefit of it. And that means lower humidity with warmer temperatures and more sunshine. So although our highs jump to the upper 80s tomorrow, without the humidity, I think your Sunday feels even better. So the better bet of the weekend is definitely tomorrow. But that's not to say that today is a complete loss. Yes, we're starting gray with drizzle and patchy fog, but it's not the case all day. You see, moving into this afternoon, we get those clouds breaking for a little sun as our highs make their way to the low 80s. It is on the sticky side today, but because the heat isn't too intense, I still think you're just fine to be out and about come this afternoon once that drizzle this morning wraps up. From there, it's just the mix of sun and clouds. It's after the sun sets tonight that a few of those scattered storms drift through. Yes, some of which could be strong to severe with heavy rain and gusty wind. but those exit ahead of sunrise tomorrow, and tomorrow looks fantastic. Good news for all the people heading to the Pride March that begins at noon. Our highs tomorrow are noticeably warmer as we jump to the mid to upper 80s, but we'll see a mostly sunny sky and less humid conditions, so no weather worries for your Sunday, no matter what your plans are. Tomorrow looks fantastic. And in general, the 7-day forecast looks good as well. Tuesday's a little bit of a hiccup as we expect some scattered storm activity.
From here now with our first look at the accurate weather forecast. Dani.
Hey, can you believe it's the last weekend in June?
No.
I know.
That was so quick.
I'm here for it.
I know. And I know we've seen such a stretch of unsettled weekends so far this summer, and it seems like the same story as you look out your window today. But this weekend is totally salvageable. Tomorrow looks gorgeous, and today, not bad either. But it's not that gray all day. As we move into this afternoon, the clouds break a bit, and our temperatures are noticeably warmer, jumping to the low 80s. We're not done with rain chances after this morning's drizzle. We see some scattered storms drift through tonight. I'll time those out for you on Futurecasts and let you know what those storms leave behind for Sunday and the full AccuWeather weather forecast after the break.
See lightning flashing in the sky, along with a funnel cloud looming over part of the state. Now, the National Weather Service also warned about baseball-sized hail hitting some areas.
And the South wasn't immune to that severe weather either. Storms bringing a quarter inch of hail. The storm caused major delays at the airports.
Yeah, that's a lot. Meteorologist Dani Beckstrom.
Yeah,
I hope the weather isn't going to continue like that.
You know, the Midwest has another threat for severe storms today, but in general, it looks like things are quieting down a little bit. Now, we have our own chance for some stronger storms after the sun sets tonight. Is there a threat for severe weather? We can't completely eliminate the possibility, but it's just a level 1 out of 5 risk. So we'll get to the Futurecast in a second, starting first with what we're facing right now, and that low cloud cover impacting Manhattan this morning. 64 degrees for Greenwich. For the Village, 65 in Ozone Park, 66 for Gravesend. That's where we're sitting in Newark as well. Teterboro at 64, on Staten Island 64 for New Dorp. Zooming out, 67 in Islip, low 60s even for the lower Hudson Valley this morning. So in general, a pretty mild start to our Saturday morning, but it's awfully gray out there. We are tracking patchy fog and low cloud cover, just given kind of a gloomy start to the look of the day. Right now our visibility is tough in White Plains and Bridgeport, each at a mile, under a mile for Toms River, just over a mile in Somerville, 5 for Central Park. So although it's showing visibility that isn't too poor, as I look at the cameras out there, it is still really gray. So even if that low cloud cover isn't necessarily hugging the surface in spots, it's still gray enough to impact you as you head out the door this morning. We're also looking at a little bit of that drizzle. It's not a huge deal, and most of this is starting to fizzle out. We're seeing those showers exit east of Trumbull in Fairfield County. It looks like Suffolk County getting some hit or miss showers, a little downpour near Riverhead. White Plains getting one little downpour right now as well. Clifton and near Passaic getting some light rain. In general, very hit or miss. But I want you to focus on this area here on satellite and radar, and that is some clearing. So that's what shifts into our area as we move into the afternoon. It'll take a little bit for this patchy fog and the low cloud cover to lift and clear, so it's still going to be gray through about midday, but we do get afternoon sunshine before those scattered storms develop after sunset tonight. The Storm Prediction Center giving a lot of our area a level 1 risk out of 5 for severe weather, and that means that some of these cells could be strong. Isolated cells could turn severe with damaging wind gusts and heavy rain, but that's mainly after the sun sets tonight. So until then, it's not a washout by any means. I think we can wrap up the drizzle by about 10 a.m. It'll take us until 1 or 2 to break the cloud cover, so it will stay gray through about midday. But by 1 or 2, I do think we see some blue sky peeking through the low cloud cover and patchy fog. From there, our highs are jumping to the low 80s, about 10 degrees warmer than yesterday. That is a big weather headline for today, noticeably warmer, but seasonably so. And the bulk of the afternoon is dry, under a mix of sun and clouds with low 80s. Then once the sun sets, we watch these scattered storms start to push through. It's fairly hit or miss. It is not widespread, but the storms that do develop have the potential to pack a punch with the flooding downpours and the gusty wind. This is out of here well ahead of sunrise tomorrow morning. So it looks like we're able to start Sunday with sunshine. Temperatures tomorrow are noticeably warmer again, landing in the upper 80s, but it's less humid with winds shifting out of the north and west under a sunny sky. So what the scattered storms tonight leave behind, beautiful conditions for the Pride March tomorrow. No matter what your Sunday plans are, it's a great day to get outside with mostly sunny skies, warmer temperatures, but less humid air. So today is on the sticky side. We're starting gray with drizzle and patchy fog. This afternoon brings in a little more sunshine with highs in the low 80s. 80s. So there will be afternoon sun, but it is quite humid out there. Tonight, those scattered storms, mainly after sunset, but that leads us into beautiful conditions for our Sunday. Tomorrow looks great. Highs in the upper 80s are on the warm side, yes, but without the humidity, it doesn't feel quite as uncomfortable outside. Should be just fine for any of those outdoor plans, including the Pride March right here on Channel 7 starting at noon. From there, very humid and warm to start the work week and a summer-like stretch ahead of us. Tuesday is a little on the stormy side, but from there we clear that out and see sunshine through the end of the week into the 4th of July holiday. That's the AccuWeather forecast. We'll be right back.
More than 2 decades.
Come on, man, protect the pig.
Aww,
Protect
go
the pig.
anywhere.
What are we doing?
All right, time for Supercat Saturday. Dani, maybe we can do Thursday for pigs.
Yeah, maybe like a strange pet Saturday.
Yeah.
Not that Lucy is strange. That's not what I'm saying. But I would like to do a unique pet day. That'd be very fun. But right now, we are focusing on cats, and RuPaul here is screaming Happy Pride. Ready to party tomorrow. I love it, Liz. Thank you so much for putting RuPaul through this so that I could see the photo. Very cute. We also have Severus here, ready to ring in the 4th of July on Friday from Billy. We also have Rosemary, who sent her baby in the very cute 4th of July themed bow tie. And as we head toward the 4th, we have a stretch of very summer-like weather ahead. That means sunshine. It means highs in the 80s, and it begins today. And you're looking out your window and you're saying, sun, where? Just give it a few hours. This morning is really gray. Drizzle, patchy fog, low cloud cover. But by 1 or 2, those clouds are beginning to break, and we will see afternoon sun. As our highs make their way to the low 80s, we have about 10 degrees on yesterday, putting us a lot closer to normal. But a thunderstorm threat does work back into the forecast once the sun sets tonight. Some scattered strong to severe storms sweeping through ahead of sunrise Sunday morning. But if you like the sunshine and the warmer temps, you'll love what we have ahead of us for our Sunday. Really great conditions settle in for the Pride March tomorrow. I'll have the full AccuWeather forecast for you right after the break.
Founder of the band.
From Jacksonville, Florida, my hometown.
Classic.
Knocking out.
Yeah,
Oh my
absolutely.
Gosh. That brings me back to middle school. My dad used to drive us to school, and he'd make us listen to the classics.
Oh,
yes. Hate it, but Leonard Skinner.
Oh, no, love. Good job,
on,
Dad.
Yes,
I know.
good job.
Now I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
They have a song that says it's 8 o'clock in Boise, Idaho. It's What's Your Name, I think? And it would always be 8 a.m. And my dad would be like, see, it's 8 o'clock in Boise, Idaho, because I lived in Boise. So good times growing up. It's going to be a great album.
Yeah.
Let's get you out on this Saturday morning. It looks dreary out there, right? We're starting with low cloud cover, some drizzle out there. But hey, by about 1 or 2, we're seeing some sunshine, and our temperatures today jumped 10 degrees from yesterday, putting us a lot closer to where we should be this time of year in the low 80s. Right now, we're starting in the low to mid 60s, 65 in Central Park, 67 for Islip, 59 right now in Newburgh. We're under a mile of visibility in White Plains and dropping down to a 1.5 miles in Central Park. So visibility has been tough so far this morning. Spots of patchy fog are expected as you head out the doors. If you have anywhere to be, just take it slow. And as I look at all the cameras, yeah, that low cloud cover in some areas hugging the ground and limiting that visibility, giving the morning a very gray look. But that will start to clear out as we move toward midday, and the areas of drizzle will as well. As we zoom in on radar, it's very light rain, and it's starting to push east. So it's really the east end now that's starting to that's still seeing the rain. Over through Fairfield County, it looks like we're seeing some rain near Greenwich, near Stamford. It's almost back to Bridgeport. Yonkers still seeing some light rain as well. But that's really it, because off to our west, we're actually seeing this clearing, right? So this is what settles in as we move toward this afternoon, and it helps to bring us a little bit of sun by about 1 or 2. As we head into tonight, that's when the thunderstorm threat.
When or where you are, it's all here.
Appropriate. They're blue, black ones. They're very comfortable.
So not only do you have a pair of Crocs, you have 2 pairs.
Multiple Crocs.
We were
yes.
Well, grab those Crocs and get back.
Croc and rock.
We'll get you outside on this Saturday morning. I know it looks awfully gloomy out there right now. Low cloud cover, patchy fog. We had some drizzle that we started with this morning, but we will see a little sun heading this afternoon, and our temperatures today eventually getting a lot closer to where we should be this time of year, coming off a couple cool days. Forecast high 83, yesterday 72, so we have seen a couple days where our temps were 10 below normal. Today, big jump, but it just takes us to where we should be this time of year, and you will feel the difference. Although this morning we haven't really started to warm up yet, we're still in the mid to upper 60s in New York City. It looks like 6 degrees Gravesend at 68. We're at 66 on Staten Island and New Dorp. Rockaway Beach at 68 is Jersey, 67 for Newark, West Orange. North and west, low 60s. Out east, near 70 now for Montauk, mid to upper 60s for most of Jersey. So a lower warm-up, and that's one of the reasons why this map hasn't moved much. We have seen minor improvement in terms of visibility, but patchy fog and low cloud cover this morning. A mile and a half of visibility for White Plains. Improvement from it's gloomy. We also start the day with a little bit of drizzle. That's exiting east. If we zoom out on satellite and radar, in this afternoon. This is a little bit of clear. I know we started so gloomy this morning. And eventually, by 2 or 3, the low cloud cover will break up, offering a touch of sunshine. But we're not completely done with rain chances for today just yet. Once the sun sets at night, the threat for some scattered thunderstorm activity that could the SPC stepping up the severe weather threat for our northernmost neighborhoods. Ulster, Sullivan, Dutchess County seeing a level 2 out of 5 risk for severe weather. The rest of us a level 1. That means isolated to scattered severe storms possible. Dry and eventually, yes, some sunshine. I know it's gloomy out there right now, but these clouds should break a bit, and that'll let us see some sun as our highs make their way to low 80s. It is on the sticky side today. You'll notice that humidity, but we stay mostly dry through about sunset, and then we start to see some of these storms fire up. Again, it's not widespread, it's not consistent, but moving toward midnight tonight, some of these scattered storms that can be strong to severe, and our primary concerns are flooding downpours and potentially damaging wind gusts. But they are out of here ahead of sunrise Sunday morning, and what it leaves behind, beautiful conditions for Sunday. Wind shifts out of the north and west, that dries out the humidity, it brings back the sunshine, and although temperatures tomorrow end up at 5 degrees, it'll end up being a beautiful day with the upper because it is less humid with sunshine. So the pay gorgeous conditions for Sunday, but today not looking great out there right now, and tonight, yes, a longer storm is going to be possible. Looking at the hour by hour, the low cloud cover, the patchy fog lingers through about noon. After that, clouds begin to break. We'll see a bit of sunshine, our way to the 80s, and then that thunderstorm threat. 83 right around the seasonal average. Warm just because we are coming off a couple cooler days, but at least get a little sunshine today. As we head into tonight, scattered storms with heavy rain and gusty wind begin to break late, and sunrise Sunday morning we're back to sunshine and a quick up. Tomorrow looks beautiful, partly to mostly sunny skies. Highs in the 80s, a touch above normal, but with less humidity, it should be picture perfect for any of those outdoor plans, especially if you're heading to the Pride March. That begins at noon. We'll have coverage here on Channel 7, and I don't see any weather worries in your Sunday forecast. Monday, not bad either, just humid. And
welcome back. You know, I've had these guys on repeat in my house for a long time. For decades, they have captivated audience. Many of us have grown up with the Wiggles.
Yeah, that's right. Now, the beloved Australian entertainment group are back with a massive global tour.
And they've got a show kicking off tonight in Brooklyn, but have wiggled their way into the Eyewitness News studios. Wow, welcome.
Thank you guys for joining us. Listen, Anthony, you're one of the founding members. Did you ever think it would blow up and be this global sensation the way you guys are?
Oh, it's been amazing. It's 35 years now since we started, and you know, we've played all around the world, but we always love coming back to the States, and especially New York. It's so special to us. All those years ago, we played Madison Square Garden, and we sold that out a few times, and now we're back with a bigger and better show with the Tree of Wisdom, who is just a viral sensation.
All right, let's talk a little bit about this tour. It's called the Bouncing Balls Tour. It's the first coast-to-coast tour here in the States since the pandemic, right?
Yeah.
What about it? Tell us about the Bouncing Balls Tour.
Well, as you can see, the Wiggles have expanded since they were last here. There's 8 Wiggles now. There's 4 men, 4 women. There's the Tree of Wisdom. We've got all the characters and the name Bouncing Balls. We've got inflatable balls going into the audience. Everyone's having a lot of fun. It's got 30 years of Wiggles music.
Yep. And, you know, we did a collaboration with the Harlem Globetrotters.
Oh, that's right.
And that's where the bouncing balls came from. And they use it, they play yeah, they love to bounce balls.
And they spin them as well.
Wiggles!
Yeah, so you guys have played Madison Square, as you said. Is there a difference between the American audience versus the Australian audience?
Absolutely.
Yes.
The American audience, 100% like they've been drinking coffee for a week. Their performers paradise.
Very enthusiastic.
Absolutely. So hyped.
So hyped. In Australia, they still love it, but they're very relaxed.
Yeah.
And you guys have a new album out, right? Tell us about that.
Yeah, and Dolly Parton's on the album. And,
Yeah, it's a Wiggle Up, Giddy Up. It's our country album for the first one in quite a few years for the Wiggles. But Dolly Parton, Orville Peck, Lainey Wilson, some fantastic Australian country artists as well. So Dasher is
it's a really great album. And Simon gets to sing low in the album. He's got a very low voice.
Yeah, I actually sing low on every album.
And somebody had a tattoo signed by Dolly Parton, right?
Karina, our Red Wiggle, she has a Dolly Parton tattoo, had it for years, and we met Dolly when we did this, and she signed her name, Dolly, and now she's going to get a tattoo of that as well. So great.
Oh my God! All right. Well, you know what? We're going to be right back, and when we come back, you guys are going to wiggle it out, right?
Yeah, mate. Sure.
Right.
It's going to be fun.
All right. Stay with us.
Like a relentless weed.
Dani Beckstrom in the AccuWeather forecast.
There's no way to follow that. There's nothing I could do that even is a smidgen of the tree of wisdom. My man, how do you do that? I need you to teach Ike how to do the worm right now.
Please.
Cool? Okay, cool. You have about 3 minutes. Fly you weather. And now we shall fly you weather. And now we shall fly you weather. And now we shall fly you weather. And then we'll see the performance. Now, that was amazing. Thank you guys so much. I want to talk about that, but we got to talk about what's going on. We started this morning with drizzle, with patchy fog, with low cloud cover, but it's not all gray all day. By this afternoon, a little bit of sunshine. We do have a thunderstorm threat after the sun sets tonight, but what it leaves behind, picture-perfect conditions for the Pride March tomorrow. No matter what those outdoor plans are for your Sunday, get outside. It's going to be gorgeous. From there, we settle into a very summer-like stretch with highs in the 80s for the majority of the work week heading into the 4th of July. Right now, we're in the 60s, mid to upper 60s for most. Out east, already 30 to 70 in Montauk, but these numbers haven't moved much. Once we get temps to warm, it helps to separate the temperature and the dew point, helps to burn off some of this fog, and visibility should improve. But right now, still tough in White Plains and Islip, each at 1.5 miles, 3 miles of visibility in Toms River. So it's awfully gray out there, but the drizzle has moved east. From here, we're waiting for some of this clearing. So this is actually what we get to enjoy through the afternoon, and that means a little bit of sun as our highs make their way to the low 80s, back near normal after a couple cooler than average days. But as we mentioned, that thunderstorm threat works back in once the sun sets tonight. And in parts of our area, namely our northernmost neighborhoods in Sullivan, Ulster, and Dutchess, have a level 2 out of 5 risk for severe weather. Our primary concern is going to be downpours that can lead to flooding and wind that can produce some damage. And this is mainly after the sun sets tonight with some of those scattered stronger to severe storms. Timing it out, you notice by midday the clouds begin to break. So again, once those temps heat, it will help to burn off some of this fog and low cloud cover, and we'll see a little blue sky as temps make their way to the low 80s. And then after sunset tonight is when we'll start to see a few of these scattered showers and thunderstorms develop. It's nothing widespread or consistent, so it's not a total washout, but we want to give you a heads up that the areas impacted by these storms, they can be strong to severe with the heavy rain and the gusty wind. But they are out of here by sunrise Sunday, and tomorrow looks spectacular. Yes, tomorrow is warmer. We end up about 5 degrees warmer than today, which puts us in the upper 80s, but it's less humid. Wind will shift out of the north and west behind the front that brings us our storms tonight, so it reinforces the drier air. It clears out the cloud cover, and tomorrow is going to be really great for any of those outdoor plans, especially for the Pride March, which starts at noon. You can watch the coverage right here on Channel 7 if you don't want to go out and enjoy it yourself. For today, it's very gray. It's very gloomy this morning, but those clouds are breaking as we move toward midday. From there, mix of sun and clouds with highs in the low 80s. It's on the sticky side. You'll notice that humidity today, and you'll notice the warmer temperatures. Again, this is where we should be this time of year, but we're coming off a couple days with highs about 10 below normal, so you'll feel the difference. And then after dark tonight, when those scattered thunderstorms move through, some of which could be strong to severe, but they're out of here by Sunday morning. And tomorrow looks great. Partly to mostly sunny, less humid, so even though it's warmer, I think it's still perfectly pleasant out here outside tomorrow. And here's a look at that forecast for the Pride March. Again, we're the proud sponsors, and you can watch it right here on Channel 7 starting at noon. But no matter what those outdoor plans are tomorrow, get outside and enjoy. From there, we settle into a